And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We're off to the races once again. It is already June the 28th. Today is Election Day. It's the runoff. Hope you'll make it out today. Polls are going to be opening up in exactly 30 minutes from now. Michael Guest, your congressman now, or Michael Cassidy in the Republican runoff is your choices today. Again, it'll be open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. We've made the pitch to both candidates to talk with us during the 8 o'clock hour. Michael Cassidy is going to be able to. Michael Guest, at this point, I'm not sure that he will be able to make it to our schedule. We've offered it to both so that you could hear from them. We'll see if Michael Guest is able to do that this morning. But we will have Michael Cassidy at 8 o'clock during that hour this morning, as we all make our decisions as how you will vote. But again, at the end of the day, whoever you vote for, make sure that you're there to do that. I'm afraid, as so many times in the past with these runoffs, that so few Mississippians will make the choice as to who leads us. So important that you make it out. That's the way we work. Good morning, Alec. Thomasville, Georgia. Glad to see you watching from there. Denise Burnside is up, says she's going to vote. Jan, how are you today? Glad to see you there. Starting my retirement on Friday. Jan, congratulations to you. You're only, 3 days away? There you go. Well, hope it's a great one. Always good to, I talked to someone last week that said they retired and they're busier now than when they worked. It's those catch-up things. I get that. It's a lot you have to go and see and do. Good morning to you. I hope your day has started out with a smile. It really affects how you are and others around you. So share one if you've got one today. As we turn to look and see what radar is doing before we get deep into everything, let's go ahead and pull up Meridian Honda radar this morning. It looks great across the state of Mississippi. We've got a few showers off the coast there of Louisiana, nothing serious. Rain is coming later. As we look across Alabama, a little bit of fog there to the southeast of Birmingham as we go up the coast of the Carolinas. A few of those showers there throughout the Carolinas. A little bit off of Wilmington also out there as we get into the northern portions as we get up near Charleston. Some fog this morning. Also, Minneapolis showers today. If you're out that way, Oklahoma City as well, Wichita Falls, and New Mexico. They've had quite a bit of showers the last few days as we go across this northern portion here. The Dakotas getting a little bit of showers today. Still a little bit of fog out in Seattle and down through Fresno, California. It's warm in there in Bakersfield today. That's what it kind of looks like as we go back across Texas into the deep south here across Mississippi. Showers expected today. We're about a 50% chance we're going to get it. A high of only 92, though. A little bit cooler than we've had the last few days. So that's a rundown of what we've got overall. Rain promises. We're going to get it in between now and then. It's in the forecast every day this week. So most likely we'll get something. All right, let's look at a few things that are going on across the land this morning. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department made a traffic stop. As they were doing so, the passenger was also, for whatever reason, searched. They did find some pills on him. Once he was taken into the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, well, they found more hidden on his person, I think is the politically way to word that. As you can go here to read more about this, Richard Martin was arrested in the traffic stop, upon which time when they got him to the detention center, before you go behind bars, you're searched in a more thorough way. They did find more. His total bond is set at $125,000. That happened yesterday. As we look across, now, I mentioned this. I got this at the last minute during the 8 o'clock, right before we got live, that there had been, I guess you would call this a break-in into an automobile. As we learn more about this, and I want you to read this if you have time. I'm going to show you all the pictures here in just a second. This is Meridian Kia is where this went on. Do you see that? Criminal wanted to steal the car. They couldn't get in it, so he took a pistol, shot through the window, and let's look at this. Let's pull up these pictures so you can see exactly what happened and get a good look at that. Now, as we come across, the bullet would go through that window there, and it would come out this side. Now, as we all know, a bullet is not stopping there. We keep following this. There's a couple more pictures of this. This is the inside of the vehicle where that bullet went through. And this is what can happen to you say you're a drive-by or something. This is what happens to glass easily through these side windows. It goes out that window, and then it will travel here and hit the service department right there. Here's a closer look at that so you can see there. Again, that's what happened in the early morning hours there, 2 a.m. or so down at Meridian Kia. The man was caught red-handed by the Meridian Police Department. As I've said many times, we have to give kudos where they're due, and they caught him in the act. He was arrested. The bad part about that, with him was a small juvenile, which I assume to be his child. I want to say that Child Protection Services were called, and then another family member came and picked up. Bad that a parent would do something like that. He's been arrested. We just can't have that. But again, kudos to the Meridian Police Department for making an arrest on that. That is good that we got someone behind bars. Yesterday was quite the day as I went out. We started this. We got out to the new park that's coming, the East Mississippi Veterans Foundation. If you're going toward the airport in Meridian, there on Highway 11, on the right-hand side of the road, as you get near Key Field is where you'll find this. And let me show you a picture as we go back to Sam Media and look at this. This is a video if you want to watch of it going up and being lowered. Here's a picture there after it's been set. They've got that Slay Steel done a fantastic job there of getting that pedestal put up there. Paint is coming next for this, and it will be so many more things that come along with this at the Veterans Park. As they raise money to do this, it will expand, have 2 or 3 different other exhibits. It's going to be nice. If you get a chance over the next few days, take a look at that. Again, it won't be long until they get this painted to where it looks like this. And this jet did come from Meridian. It was housed, it was right out of there for many years. I want to say from the 80s, late 70s or 80s to about 95 that plane flew. I'd have to go back and look at that, but I've seen it. But it was there for quite some time at Key Field. Good to see it come home, an actual aircraft. And this is the overview of what it will look like, if you're wondering. The plane will sit here. They'll have actually 4 different things here in the park with a walkway. That's how it will look in the end. So far, they've raised just enough money for the jet. But they're well on their way. If you'd like to help out, I'm sure that they would appreciate that with fundraisers or any way that you can help with that. As we look around, the Meridian Police Department is teaming up for a neighborhood watch meeting. As we look at this with the Meridian Housing Authority, they're going to have a partnership. It's going to be at the Velma Young Community Center. That's coming up on Wednesday. That'll be tomorrow, beginning at 5:30. If you'd like to attend that and learn more how you can help out and get a neighborhood watch program started. I think we need them on nearly every block, don't we? There's no doubt about that. The Meridian Public School District also sent us out an email yesterday to let us know all about what's going on with them. They're going to be having several meetings to keep you informed with what's going on at Meridian High and the Meridian Public School District. June 30th at 6 p.m. will be the next meeting at the MHS Multi-Purpose Building there. And then a couple of more after that. And again, you can read all about that. sammedia.network is there. Or you can find it on our Facebook page, whichever way you want to do that. Now, as we enter this, we see so many more things going on with Roe versus Wade. The Attorney General in the state of Mississippi, Lynn Finch, has set off the trigger law. And what does that mean? It gives it 10 days before it becomes law in Mississippi. So that puts it at roughly July the 7th. It will officially become illegal for abortions in the state of Mississippi. As we mentioned, the clinic in Jackson is still open. You can still attend it up until that time. Now, if I remember correctly, in the beginning, it was only open 1 day a week. I'm not sure if that has changed since all of this, and it will be closing down by the 7th. I'm not sure, but I know that a lot of people stand on the street corner and try to urge people not to do it as they go in. But that is coming about. Now, also at the same time, with all this being said, a lawsuit has been filed by the clinic immediately to stop this. They claim that a Mississippi Supreme Court ruling back in 1998 recognized the right to abortion in the state of Mississippi, and they're going to try to fight this. It doesn't seem that this will stop it. I think the law will go into effect, and again, that's coming up by the 7th of July. If you watched, of course, I did not. A lot of people watch award show. The BET Awards came on, and Puff Daddy, he's known as P. Diddy now, has announced that he's going to pledge $1 million to Jackson State University. It's big for the state of Mississippi. So congratulations to them on that, of getting a donation there. We talked about this week the K-9. Of course, we had our very own in Lauderdale County that died of natural causes over the last couple of weeks. I went to the ceremony. Down in Pascagoula, a K-9 officer was shot. He succumbed to his injuries. They were chasing a homeless man who had shot another man. As they got closer, he shot at the deputy, striking the dog. They will have a service at the end of the week. They're going to have this in Pascagoula is where this is going to be. He died the 24th, and this coming up Friday, they're going to have a memorial service for him. At the same time, charges have been upgraded for the gentleman that shot the dog. On top of it, the man that he had wounded has passed away, so murder charges go up on this. And I think you also, by shooting a police dog, get serious charges. Y'all may remember that closer than I, but I think it's pretty serious charges that go along with that as well. Horrible to lose that pup there. As we go to Memphis, Tennessee, tragedy, as we look at this. An 18-year-old girl was shot in the face as she left her own birthday party. They haven't arrested anybody yet. She's in critical condition in a hospital. We certainly hope she recovers from that. Texas made the news late yesterday afternoon. And I've seen this, and this has been parts of TV shows forever that these things happen. I remember watching this on Walker, Texas Ranger some years ago, of migrants that are trying to get into the United States. And you can't blame anyone in the world trying to make a better life for themselves and trying to get to the United States where they'll have that opportunity. But this ended in tragedy. As we see the headlines this morning, Governor Greg Abbott out of Texas is lashing out at the White House. 46 migrants were found dead in an 18-wheeler. Now, there's a few others that lived, but they were crammed into the back of an 18-wheeler where temperatures rose and rose and rose. They died. Just, it's sad. No one should have to go that way. And that's by all these relaxed laws and trying to sneak people in that we've got in the United States, instead of having a hard line of you can't come in unless you do it the right way. Again, that's just horrible. And I put that on Facebook about that. That's just a painful way to go. Although we want people to come into our country legally, we have compassion, and we pass along compassion to everybody. They're kin to someone's brother, someone's sister. It's just a horrible situation. We also found out late in the afternoon, somewhere around 2 o'clock, that there had been a train derailment that happened yesterday near Kansas City. 3 people would die in this as the train derailed. It hit a dump truck as it come along. Condolences to those family members also as we look around of things that have happened. Now, I'm sure by now you've seen that video of Nancy Pelosi to where she kind of elbows the little girl. That's making the headlines everywhere. The senator that was getting sworn in, that would be Myra Flores, admits her daughter didn't know. She didn't notice it, that Nancy had shoved her daughter during her pledge of being brought in. She said she's still disgusted over it. If you hadn't seen it, take a look at that. We'll probably play a clip of that during the 8 o'clock show this morning, so you can take a look at it and decide what you think about it. That's coming up. This is interesting. This caught my eye early morning as we were getting ready for this, and I'm not saying this is a conspiracy theory. I just find it strangely coincidental. Let me word it that way. That's the best way to do it. The Senate Sergeant at Arms, Michael Stinger, who was in charge of securing the Capitol on January the 6th, suddenly has died just one day before he was set to testify. And again, as I said, that's just coincidental. They had said that they have some surprise, newly uncovered evidence. I don't know what that is, but he passed away right before he was supposed to testify. Well, now, we'll watch that. More comes out of that. We'll pass that along to you. And I saw this also. Always be careful of people that you hire to help the elderly that come and stay in their home. This happened not long ago where a woman came in. She was 34 years old, taking care of a 93-year-old gentleman. And, well, she decided that she wanted to use his money. She got access to his credit card. This took place in Ohio, where she'd go buy what he needed, the essentials. She charged up $50,000 on his card, clothes and things that she wanted. And then she started slowly trying to poison him. They caught her. He's okay. Family members noticed things weren't right. She's going to be spending a little time in jail now, as she should. More on the way as we begin this early Tuesday. Again, it is vote day. Do not forget that. We've got a lot coming up. We'll do the weather next here at the Scotty Ray Report. Greg's Fireworks in the Clarkdale community is celebrating 26 years in the business. Open daily through July 5th with the lowest prices and the largest selection around. Did I mention that it's air conditioned? From 500-gram cakes to sparkles for kids, gender reveals, and wedding sparklers. For the lowest prices, new fireworks, and a large selection, you gotta go to Greg's. 145 South in the Clarkdale community. Family owned and operated, and don't forget to say hello to Bo Cephas. As the days get hotter, Sanders Gas reminds you to get your air conditioner tuned up. Sanders Gas can repair or replace your whole unit, whichever you need. Talk to Sanders about a tankless water heater now and never run out of hot water. Find out how easy and affordable it is to cook on gas stoves. And those backyard barbecues are coming. Don't run out of gas. Get yours refilled today. Sanders Gas, since 1946, 611 26th Avenue South, 601-693-4054. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Tuesday it is. It is election day in the state of Mississippi as we all head off for the runoff. Now, typically, as I've said many times through this, that runoffs generally are less and less people turn out for this. We'll see how today does. Polls will open in roughly 13 minutes from now. They're already there. Make sure to carry your ID to show who you are. Cast your ballot. No matter who you're voting for, make sure you show up to do that. Now, as we've talked to Donna Jill in the past, it is not illegal at all for any Lauderdale County resident or Mississippian to vote in this. It is a Republican runoff, and there have been urges from the other side of the Democratic Party to go vote in this. And if you remember, this happened to Chris McDaniel some years ago when he was running against Thad Cochran, where there was a runoff election, and he had taken it. He had just about gotten the seat, and then a large number of Democrats voted in the Republican runoff and changed the election. Y'all remember that? Whether that happens today or not, I don't know. There is talk of that going on. But make sure to vote. Today is it. You didn't have to vote last time. You can still go vote if you somehow or another that slipped up on a lot of people. So make sure to cast your vote. That's all that matters in the end as you get there. And so we'll be represented by the majority of the people instead of just a select few. We really want that to happen. And very important to have that representation. All right, let's get into the forecast this morning and find out exactly what's going to happen with our weather.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Switch over and we look at this. Showers are expected today. And that's kind of the line there. Louisville, y'all may get away with not getting wet at all. Even Noxapater. As we go toward Mississippi State, they're on the line there. They might not either. But as we get near Philadelphia and areas due south of there, all through Kemper, expect some light rain. Now, as we get just past Enterprise, it looks as though you'll have a greater chance of rain today. It is a 50% chance. The further south you go, the more rain that will happen. It looks as though we'll have the lighter stuff in the Meridian area, all across Newton in these areas. But again, after you get here, right past Enterprise, on south through Quitman, a little bit heavier rain today. We'll be here to watch it throughout the day to make sure that you know exactly where it is if anything becomes a threat and keep you up to date. As we cut across to Alabama, there it is. It looks like we'll have rain chances there south of I-20, just basically what we were showing there in the Mississippi side. Demopolis, Selma, Montgomery, those areas will see more rain than Tuscaloosa and Fayetteville and areas north of there. As we move forward to take a look, hot weather. We just can't shake it. Now, we do have a little bit cooler spell since this rain is going on. We've got that right there. We'll see what happens. Heat index expected to be around 97 today is what we're thinking. The temperature will hover right at 92. As we get into the breakdown of the forecast, again, today's high will reach 91. These rain chances won't move into the forecast until after about 1. Again, that heat index, although we got 91, will be 6 degrees higher at least, somewhere right around 97. So basically, it'll feel so close to 100 you can't shake a stick at it. As we get into tonight, we look like we'll drop down to a 30% chance of showers, and that should end by 8 p.m., low around 71. By tomorrow, we increase to a 60% chance of rain, and it looks as though the rain tomorrow will push a little later in the afternoon and wait till around 3 o'clock before those showers come down. So if you've got work to do tomorrow, you can get that taken care of. As we go into Wednesday night, down to a 30% chance of showers. Back on Thursday with a 50% chance of rain. And look at that, come Friday, more of the same. All the way through the weekend, we've got a 60% chance of rain on Friday, Saturday, 50%. And right now, should the 4th hold like it is, a 40% chance of showers. That's not huge. I think we'll still be able to get away with what we want to do on the 4th, a cookout or two, as long as you're not in that 40%, right? We'll watch it closely as it gets closer to us. As we all know, the forecast changes almost hourly in Mississippi and Alabama. We'll be on top of it for you. Now, we'll keep these cooler temperatures through about the 7th, and then they start to rise by the 9th for sure, as we'll get back to 95 and then increasingly warmer on into July, all the way through the 12th. Expect it there. A lot of rain chances in those forecasts over the next few days. Now, what is going on with the tropics as we look at this and pull this up this morning? Now, there's a little system that's out in the Gulf. It's not going to affect Mississippi as we pull this up for you to see here. This is going to turn and go to the west of us toward Texas, bringing a lot of rain to them. We narrowly missed that. I thought it was going to go northward into Mississippi and Alabama there for a moment, but not so. We'll watch number 2 here. Now, this is a 90% chance here. Let's move this forward where you can see what this will do. This is going to hook west here and go right into Mexico. We'll watch this one here. This at a 20% chance, possibly. Keep an eye on that. Could that go up through there? Yeah. It's still early as we watch these models of what's going on with the Gulf and all these different systems that are piling up out there. So it's going to be a mild season. Keep my fingers crossed on that. Best times to fish today. Let's go over to Chet's Paint and Body. Chet tells us, well, first major time was in the early morning hours if you're an overnight fisherman. You'll get another time around 1 p.m. this afternoon to about 3. 1 to 3 right there when we have those chances of sprinkles. The wind, it'll be calm, moving east-northeast around 5 miles an hour if you're going to be out casting and doing a great fishing job there. That's a look at your fishing forecast. We've got rain coming after 1 o'clock this afternoon, a 50% chance, high of 91. That kind of sums it up. We've got Candace coming in this morning. She'll be here joining us live at 8 o'clock. We're a little earlier today. Already 6 till as we head toward the top of the hour, planning out your day. Well, that's where we are. We're going to get the morning show ready now as we get ready for a live show beginning at 8. And don't forget, I've said this a few times, beginning Monday, we're less than a week now of moving networks. We're moving from MeTV over to Fox 30. So we look forward to seeing you there. That's going to be on regular television. It'll also be on Dish. It'll also be on all of the different satellites and Comcast as well. Many, many ways to watch us moving forward starting Monday. We're looking forward to that. It's going to be great. And we have to do it with you. We get all of our information from y'all. Whatever you see, you send it in, and we go from there to try to find out more about it. Thank y'all so much. All right, I'll see you back here in just a little while, in an hour and 5 minutes as we start your Tuesday. Right now, again, a nice cool 73 as we wait for high of 91 here in Mississippi. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you soon.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: